So in this video, I'm going to talk about trousers and some of the features you should be aware of before you buy a pair. So I've done quite a few videos on different styles of jackets, double-breasted, single-breasted, and today I'm going to go a little bit into trousers and some of the features they have, some of the things you might see online, some things you might see in store, to help you navigate the world and make the best choices. The first thing to remember about trousers, or to be aware of, should I say, is trousers are sold by waist size. If you're buying a British or an American brand, that'll be in inches, so a 32 inch, 34 inch. Now that doesn't mean the waist will measure 32 or 34. In fact, a 34 waist pair of trousers is unlikely to measure 34. They are probably going to measure at least 34.5 inches, up to some brands 37, 37.5, significantly bigger. So you need to know that just because you think you're a 32, because perhaps you buy a pair of jeans in a 32, different brands of trousers will fit very, very differently. So you need to try them on or look at size guides to establish what is the best fit for you. However, the most important part of a fit of a pair of trousers isn't necessarily how they fit on the waist, it's how they fit in the seat and the upper thigh. That's much harder to alter. So if you happen to find a pair of trousers that fit you really well, but they're too big in the waist, I'd always suggest that's better than the contrary, because you can always have a tailor nip in the waist. And you'll be hearing this a lot from me in this video, that your alteration tailor is your friend when getting good fitting trousers. They can save you a lot of money and make them appear much better, even ready to wear. So, what are you looking for in a pair of trousers? Well, one of the first things you might see in the description or a define of them is a flat front or pleated. Now flat fronts and pleats being that extra fabric at the front, which get a bit of fullness, come and go out of fashion like double and single breasted jackets. I wear both, I always have worn both, and I think both have their place. Pleats with the extra cloth at the front of the trouser puts more fullness into the front thigh. If you have quite an athletic build, perhaps you've done rowing, you've played rugby, you cycle, and you have quite chunky thighs to a narrow waist, you're much better off looking for pleated trousers, because the fabric from the pleat is thrown forward and then more comfortable. Or you just might like the look of pleats. If you like fuller cut trousers, you like a wider leg, you're probably going to enjoy the look of pleats. But it is a personal choice. The waistband of trousers generally have belt loops, 6 or 8 depending on your size. You do sometimes find off the peg, or it's more of a bespoke made to measure option, is trousers with side adjusters. If you like them, they can be found, but most off the peg trousers have belt loops. With pleated trousers, the pockets are on the side of the trouser, each leg, either parallel with the outside seam or the slight angle. On flat fronted trousers, because you haven't got the pleats, there's more options, and you sometimes see on, say, sportier styles, sometimes like the golfing style, you see cross pockets with a horizontal pocket. These are considered a little bit sportier, a nod towards a denim style. Also, when you be aware that if you are wearing that style, they do tend to fit smaller. In the same way that pleats afford fullness to the front, a pocket on the side opens up as you sit down, as you move. Without that extra give, trousers with cross pockets will always feel smaller. Another advantage of a pleated style is that it gives definition to the front crease. All tailored trousers have a front pressed crease and at the back, and it's probably the defining feature that makes them different to jeans or chinos. The fit of trousers usually gets described as either straight, tapered, slim or skinny. Now, let's discount skinny, we never talk about skinny. But in the classic sense, a straight trouser still has a little bit of taper to it. So if you laid a pair of straight leg trousers out, the knee would be wider than the hem, but the overall effect when being worn is of a straight leg. It's always smart, always classic. I'm a fan of that look. You can also go for a slight taper, where the width at the bottom is more aggressively tapered and narrower than the knee and the thigh. It can look also smart as well. It really depends on what your taste is and how you're going to wear them. Mixing full cut trousers and slim trousers often depends on the style of jacket you're wearing. If you're wearing a oversized, looser, drapier, double-breasted jacket, it doesn't necessarily pair so well with slim cut trousers, you'll probably want a pleated fuller cut trouser to complement it. However, I do actually quite like a slim fit jacket with fuller cut trousers. It has slightly a 1920s look to it, but you're looking for balance. Generally, slim cut jackets go with slim cut trousers. One thing to almost not consider when buying trousers is the hem style. You may see some trousers described as plain bottoms with turn-ups or cuffs, or unfinished. Now, unfinished is the best. To get the best fitting pair of trousers, what you need to do is take them to a tailor and have them fitted to fit just you. That small detail, that small cost and that small effort will elevate your look significantly. If, however, the trousers you want to buy come with a plain bottom, make sure you buy them long enough. You can always have a turn-up added by a tailor. If you don't like turn-ups and the trousers have turn-ups, again, the tailor can remove them. Another really simple alteration, which shouldn't be overlooked, is a slight taper. If the trousers you have fit you really nicely, but they're just a little bit wider at the hem, you might have quite a small foot for your build and you're covering too much of your shoe. Generally, you're looking to cover between half and 2/3 of your shoe with your trouser hem. You can do a slight taper. So tapering the trouser where they undo the side seams and just bringing them in a fraction is a simple alteration combined with a really good inside leg will make the trousers look great. And a word on your inside leg. You might be tempted to think, well, I've got a pair of trousers with a 32-inch leg. That is my inside leg. That will work across all trousers. It isn't so. Your inside leg will vary depending on the style of width of the bottom and on how high they sit on the waist. For instance, I'm 5'7", and my inside leg on different styles of trousers varies between 28.5 and 31. On slim leg trousers in heavy fabrics, they're 28, 29. On much wider, lighter trousers, I prefer, they sit better on the shoe at a longer length. So don't just think I'm a 32-inch inside leg and stick to it. Make sure every trouser is treated individually and fitted to fit them perfectly. Now, when you're at your tailor, and when I say tailor, people often think of Savile Row, a guy in a three-piece suit with tape measure around his neck. These tailors, alteration tailors, can be found, certainly in the UK, in most towns. Ask in your local menswear store about tailors. Your local dry cleaner often has one, and these people are so useful for simple alterations, hemming, adding turn-ups, taking a waist. And another thing they're great for, adding brace buttons. It's rare to find ready-to-wear trousers with brace buttons. Wearing braces is a nice thing. It makes them hang much better. You have a slightly looser waist and they hang from the shoulders rather than being clinched in at the waist. Adding brace buttons is a really simple alteration and one I highly recommend. Well, I hope you found that useful. We will be making some more content. We'll be going into a lot more detail. We'll be discussing pleat direction, depth of turn-up, cavalry bottom trousers, fishtail backs, all that really good stuff. Anything you want to know specifically, put it in the comments below. And to see this video, you have to subscribe.